am going to take these overalls and cover them with patches. Let's go. So first I'm going to start by opening up this center crotch line. What is that? The inseam. That's what that's called. I'm going to open that up. So I got it ripped open, legs open. I'm going to take it and fold it this way. Now it's laying flat. And what I'm going to do next is grab all these pieces and start sewing them together so that I can stitch them on top of this. So I'm going to sew them together long ways in strips like this. I'm going to lay them on, stitch them down. And that's it. I hope it goes as easily as I think it will. And so this is voiceover me, here to let you know that it did not go as easily as I thought it would. This project stretched out for days and days. The video was just entirely too long, so I'm going to quickly walk you through the steps. So I've got the overalls laid out on my sewing machine. This is the original hem. And what I'm going to do is take the jeans that I have sewn together, and I'm going to line them up with the hem of the pants, and I'm going to sew straight across here first and smooth everything up. I don't know if I'm going to follow this. I might. Seems like a lot. I think I'm going to kind of just, like I would sew right along here and then kind of slant it this way. It'll be easier to fit the next piece in and just slant it rather than worrying about if it's doing all that. We'll see as I get into it. Okay, so I was putting this on here and then I ended up, it shifted and I have this big bubble, which is not the end of the world. I think it might be easier for me to lay each strip out, pin it, and then sew it because it's doing a lot of shifting while I'm sewing. So I am ripping out what I just sewed. Then I'm going to take it over to the table, and every place where it was a bubble, I cut a slit. Then I overlap the pieces, which really works for patchwork because you expect to see pieces kind of like pieced together. So here are the overalls on my mannequin. I love it. Look, it looks so good. Unfortunately, I cannot fit these overalls, but they will be on the website. It looks so good. Oh my God, I can't wait until it's done. So now that I know that it's easier for me to pin, I'm gonna lay this out. I'm gonna pin, 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 do this whole leg, and hopefully it'll move a lot faster. Right now, I gotta go do some other stuff. So we'll come back to this evening. Say bye. We're back. It's day 2. And I went ahead and did the other leg. I did it just the way I told you I would. I did not record it because my phone was charging and I was listening to something. It was a lot going on. Anyway. As I said, this is day 2, and you can tell I am pretty much over it. That second leg just took a very long time. It's not like it's a hard thing to do. It's just a lot of pieces and just trying to get them on and get them on straight. It just took me forever. So here I'm just kind of talking myself through how to navigate this pocket because I do want the pocket to remain functional, but the strips wouldn't work. So from this point on, instead of doing strips, I'm just kind of like sewing big pieces together, making squares, and then laying those squares onto the overalls and then cutting around the areas that I want to leave open, like the pocket, like the whole bib is just like a big rectangle. So instead of doing like 3 or 4 strips across there, I just kind of laid big chunks on there and sewed them down. Good morning. This is the 3rd day that I'm working on these overalls. It is exhausting, but they're coming out very nicely. So here we go. Well, let me start here. I'll show you the back. I've got that all done. Looks good. All the legs, they're so heavy too. The legs are done. Then the front, you see, here's the whole bib. And this is what is left over from the last piece I put down. Pockets are still functional. But really, I mean, any pair of overalls that you find is going to be different. So you'll just have to work your way around it differently. Just kind of feel your way through it. So I'm going to reinforce this button and before I cover the bib. So that's what we're going to do today. Hopefully the last day. Cover the bib, cover the straps, and do this one pocket. I closed up the legs last night because I was just pushing myself to get more done. I'm proud of myself. I am reinforcing the button and covering the bib. And honestly, the bib probably was the easiest part of all of this. I off-centered the pocket just a little bit because I thought that would make it more interesting. And now I'm sewing it down. So now I just need to fill in this space. Yes, and I think that this piece is the perfect piece to put right here. It's large enough. I can put right here. I'm gonna have to cut away a lot of it, but right here, pinning that bad boy in place. And this is where I'm gonna start because everything shifts while I'm sewing. This is the part that I want to be perfectly lined up. Everything else I can adjust as I go. Okay, real quick, these are the straps. I'm using waistbands. So this is the original strap. It has 2 buttonholes, buttons on the inside of the overalls. And because I do want some extra support, because like I said, these are heavy, I am going to sew my waistband down all the way till I reach the end here, cut it off. Sew it down till I reach the end. And then I'm gonna leave this open. So this will button on the inside. This is gonna button on the outside, and it has 2 buttonholes. The only one that does not, this one does not have 2 buttonholes. So I'm gonna have to cut one and just do like a little hand whip stitch so that I think that will give it more support. I think that'll work. I hope it works. So let's do it. I'm so happy I'm almost done. So got the straps on, and now let's see, strap is gonna button in here, boop boop, and then button out here. So the jeans that had the double buttonhole, I am using both of the buttons, and I'm gonna put it on here. The easiest way for me to get this on now is just to hand sew it on. I can't machine sew it because I have the button on the other side. So I'm just gonna sit here, hand sew all the way around while I listen to this podcast, and then I'll be done. Yay! Ooh, child, let me tell you, this was quite ambitious of me, but I think they are so cool. I have not seen anything like it, and I researched before I made them. So
I would definitely try this again for myself. I don't know if I'd do overalls, maybe just as a pair of jeans. You should definitely try this if you have a bunch of denim scraps. If you don't have a bunch of denim scraps, I am selling them on my website as well. So check the description box below. You'll find a listing for these overalls at SaveSoulClothing.com, and then also denim pieces at SaveSoulClothing.com. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it and you learned something here. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.